Hi, everyone. It's great to see everyone still here at the end of the day. My name is Dr. Emilė Radytė, and I'm so excited to share today with you all about our work in women-first neurotechnology. Before we get started, just to tell you a little bit high level about what we do at Samphire, is that we build brain-based advanced technologies that provide women with the lives they actually deserve that we have neglected for far too long. I'm going to walk you through some of the facts now so that you can share them at either dinner parties or investment theses, wherever it makes more sense. Firstly, a ton of money is lost every single year just because we haven't solved the problems of women during their reproductive years. Things like PMS and menstrual pain, things like undergoing fertility treatments, ongoing gynecological disorders like endometriosis, PCOS, fibroids, and other forms of chronic pain. In fact, it is estimated that across her life, just during her reproductive years, an average woman will lose about 20,000 hours of productive time she could have spent doing something else. If you know, like Malcolm Gladwell and the theory that it takes about 10,000 hours to learn an absolutely new skill and become an expert in it, imagine missing out on 2 whole PhDs or areas of expertise you could have done with that time if we had solved these basic problems that most women will experience. If you think of many of these issues, most people will think, okay, great, women experience period pain. However, 4 out of the 5 problems that women complain about the most when it comes to their reproductive health are actually mental and cognitive rather than physical health symptoms. I mean brain fog, fatigue, irritability, anger management issues, etc. Difficulty making decisions. Those are issues that still haven't been solved. And if for anyone in the audience this comes as a surprise, I'm not too shocked because the vast majority of women don't talk about it, or they might only talk about it to their friends, and yet they spend an average of $1,500 every single year trying to solve these problems for themselves with focus apps, with better nutrition, exercise, etc., trying to fix these things that so far have been intangible. There's a little graph here from McKinsey also showing that essentially solving PMS is a huge challenge and could result in a lot of saved money for the economy. From my perspective, solving PMS and menstrual pain is actually one of the highest leverage investments that you can make in women's health. And why do I say that? It's because actually it's one area that pharma is not going to come in to solve in the near future. In the survey from McKinsey that came out last year, they interviewed about 300 massive pharma companies and essentially saw 0 assets in the pipeline being developed for these cognitive symptoms associated with periods, which means that not only is it a problem today, but it's also going to be a problem for the next 5 to 10 years. And then obviously I'm a neuroscientist, so I'm biased, but when I hear symptoms like low mood, anxiety, irritability, brain fog, fatigue, I hear that the problem is based in the brain, which in fact it is. Neurotechnology is where we think when we think about solutions for the brain. Neurotechnology has been around for over 30 years and has decades of safety and efficacy data, especially when it comes to dealing with brain-based conditions. It is easy to integrate into busy lives, and most importantly, it can manage chronic conditions for an extended period of time, like gynecological conditions that take about 30 to 40 years of every single woman's life. So we decided to build a solution that is for PMS and menstrual pain and is brain-based because that's where the data drove us. And so we built Nettle. Nettle is this wearable headband that is a CE-marked medical device that is now on the market and has been on the market for the last 12 months. It is a brain stimulation treatment that improves mood and reduces pain associated with periods, solving 2 of the most major pain points for women, going to work and trying to experience life to the fullest. In our clinical trials, we outperformed every single option currently available for women on the market, which includes painkillers, antidepressants, as well as hormonal contraceptives. And the way you use it is just for 20 minutes a day for the 5 days leading up to your period. Most importantly, it is absolutely personalized and customizable to your cycle and your conditions, whatever you have underlying it. We have a platform called the Samphire app with cycle sync technology that essentially syncs to your cycle, gives you a personalized protocol, and most importantly, it also follows you over time so that as your symptoms improve or change, or you're diagnosed with a condition, or you become perimenopausal, which by the way, most women over 35 are, we are able to adapt to that as well. For us, doing this work is beyond the data that I shared, though oftentimes the data helps convince people like yourselves who may be new to the field. But for us, it's about transforming thousands of people's lives by validating not only the problem, but giving them a solution that is tech-first, personalized, and actually game-changing for women. For us as a company, we know that if we solve this huge pain point that no one has solved, we get to be women's partners for life. Because if we meet them during this reproductive years, we can continue to be their best partners with both the data we have as well as the trust that we have built with our unique solutions to continue delivering them better care over time as well. Since seed funding in 2024, we've moved incredibly fast in order to build one of the strongest companies for women that is offering real solutions that take actual R&D and ongoing work, as well as certification across the board. We're a team of neuroscientists, engineers, clinicians, and all working together to transform what it means to be a woman in the 21st century in terms of the solutions we're able to tackle. So thanks so much for listening, and I'm always excited to chat a little bit more about our mission. Don't be afraid to drop me an email. Amazing.